battle cry, screaming for you, dead or alive. Ready or not now, come on, let's go. Welcome to the front line. Rise above and down below. Can't be afraid to die. Only the strong will survive. This is a fight to the finish now. Nowhere to run, there's no way out. Nothing to lose when you've lost it all. To the death, I will fight till I'm born.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Raw, the most unpredictable show on CBTV and in the WWE in the modern day era. Things have been crazy here on the Red Brand, completely out of control. And speaking of out of control, Chris Jericho, your Intercontinental Champion, is on his way down to the ring, and I am sure he is on his way down to the ring to address the vicious attack by none other than Rusev last week here on Raw. It's see out the show. He was due to go one-on-one with none other than the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Kevin Owens. It was champion versus champion. The Intercontinental belt was meant to be on the line, but Rusev interrupted before the match even begun. A sneak attack on Chris Jericho from behind, and he beat down on Chris Jericho. You can see the arm is bandaged up. He's left some lasting damage, and Chris Jericho looks like a man with plenty on his mind, and with plenty he wants to talk about. The WWE Universe are ready and waiting, ears primed to see what Chris has to say. And yes, Chris, it would appear you have found yourself an enemy in Rusev. And we're all clueless as well. I do feel for Chris Jericho. It's not a good time to be him. KO wanted his title. Rusev attacked him. It's crazy here on the Red Brand. Yes, I'd have to agree with you there, Chris. I do wonder how he's got away with it. How is all this happening on Raw? And wow, it would appear that Chris Jericho is in agreement with Seth Rollins. He did bring up last week that Dan isn't in control of Raw. He seems to be losing the power of the locker room. And Chris Jericho wants something done, and he is being interrupted by none other than one of the principal owners here in the WWE. And our GM here on the Red Brand, it is Dan. And he does not look best to please. He looks very, very angry. He's going to be on his way down to the ring, and he is going to have to fight this out with Chris Jericho, no doubt. Wow, strong words there from Dan. But I kind of have to agree to some extent with Dan. The superstars do seem to be taking matters into their own hands. They do seem to think they've got more power. But Dan is the boss, as he just stated then. But Dan does need to take control of Raw. Wow, he's threatening Chris Jericho like he did Seth last week. And Rusev isn't here. He's been punished. But you can't talk to the superstars like this, Dan. You should be standing up for Chris Jericho, fighting his corner. It's gonna happen. Oh my god, this is huge, ladies and gentlemen. 5 weeks time, Raw will have its first pay-per-view and it's Payback. And Chris Jericho is gonna have to defend his Intercontinental Championship against none other than Rusev. Unbelievable! That is a huge announcement. 5 weeks time from tonight, WWE Raw will have its first pay-per-view, its first standalone pay-per-view of the year, as Chris Jericho leaves the ring, and it's none other than Payback. Unbelievable. And Dan now wants to talk a little more about Payback, but Seth Rollins, what on earth is going on here? What on earth is going on tonight here on Raw? First Jericho, then Dan, now Seth Rollins. Everyone's interrupting each other. This is unbelievable. And Seth has issue with the way that Dan has treated Jericho. And yes, I agree with you. He is feeding him to the wolf. Rusev should be punished more. He should be on Jericho's side. Instead, an Intercontinental match will take place 5 weeks from tonight against Rusev. And Seth is now bringing up the fact that Nakamura last week attacked him after their tag team match, and that he is being repeatedly attacked and nothing is being done about it from Dan. And oh my God, he's telling Dan what to do now. He is telling Dan that he needs to find out why this keeps happening. To some extent, I agree, Seth, but you can't talk to the boss like that. Oh my God. This is not going down well. Seth and Dan's relationship is deteriorating in front of our eyes. And it is odd. It's very odd. How are they getting away with it? That's what I want to know. He's blaming Seth now. Well, he's making a very, very valid point. It's unbelievable. He's bringing up the fact that Seth was part of the authority with Steph and Triple H, and you can't make Dan wrong. Seth has not always been the best behaved man here on the red brand. And he seems to think that that's why people have got an issue with him. They see him as a threat. And it's not the same WWE as well. We do have to keep remembering that. And Dan is not happy as well at being told by Seth how to do his job. But he is a man of his word. He will get his opportunity at some point. What that opportunity is, we do not know. But he won't be facing Nakamura. That's big. He is instead going to be faced off against Cesaro. That's going to be a huge match later tonight here on Raw. Dan is making sure he is letting everyone know, he is putting them on notice that he is the boss. He runs the show. This is his Raw, his company, and they just have to lump it and leave it. We'll be right back. Now, welcome back to Raw, ladies and gentlemen. We are now set for our first action of the evening, and it is going to be one-on-one action in the women's division between Natalya and Alexa Bliss. There is high stakes in every single match in the women's division. There's plenty of competition. They all want a shot at Sasha Banks' title. We've not seen Sasha for a couple of weeks now on Raw, but the rest of the women are having to fight for the right to earn a chance to one day potentially meet her in the squared circle and have a chance at taking that belt away from her and wearing it around their waist. This is the first time we've seen Natalya in some time here on the red brand, but she is going to want to do everything she can to impress the new owner and get the win under her belt. And we're talking about winning and losing. It is a very, very different state of affairs as where Alexa Bliss is concerned. She unfortunately is on an horrific losing streak. She is yet to win here on the red brand since being drafted over by Dan at the beginning of the CBTV era, and it's just not looking good with each and every match that this woman finds herself in. She needs to get a victory very, very soon. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that every time you step inside the ring here on Raw, it's your opportunity to impress the boss. He will not part with losers. He's already proved that he won't part with losers. He sent Fandango to the blue brand as a result of his loss at WWE Domination some weeks ago to Tyler Breeze, and I am sure he will do it again, man or woman. He takes no prisoners. He just wants the best of the best here on Raw, and Alexa Bliss is going to have to use this match to prove herself and get the victory over Natalya. It's a massive match for both women. Neither have won since being drafted to Raw in the new era, but one will have to win tonight here on Raw. And the match is about to get underway. The ref rings the bell, and here we go in Washington DC. A very, very interesting matchup between Natalya and Alexa Bliss. And like I've already said, the losing streak for Alexa Bliss is obviously a massive concern for her, but she takes control of this action in the early stages, taking Natalya down. Both of these women just feeling each other out in the early stages, trying to see where the weak points are, trying to find out how they can beat the other woman. That's a beautiful snap suplex there from Alexa Bliss though. She is on top in the early stages, but it's now Natalia's turn, and Alexa Bliss scouts it, and that's a beautiful DDT from Alexa Bliss, and she is on the front foot. She has come into this matchup, into the ring, with a purpose tonight, and that purpose is to come away with the W. Now, both these women have been involved on numerous occasions here on the red brand. We've not seen Natalya in a few weeks, but she is now back and ready to compete and ready to impress in the women's division. The top dog as far as the women's division is concerned is Sasha Banks. She is our WWE Women's Champion here on Raw. Deservedly so. She has beaten every single person put in her way, and she must be wondering who is next in line and how stiff the competition is in the women's division. She wants to see who is the best of the best, and I'm sure she will not shy away from the challenge when it is presented to her, and when Dan sees fit to announce the next #1 contender to her title. And no doubt, after the huge announcement by Dan that we're going to see Payback in 5 weeks' time, Sasha will have to defend her title at that huge pay-per-view. We just need to find out who that's going to be, but Dan, I'm sure, will make that decision in the coming weeks as we get back to the action, and Alexa Bliss is still in control of this matchup. That's a beautiful chin drop and a drop kick to the knee from Natalya, taking Alexa Bliss down. And can she now use her power? Beautiful drop kick to the back, trying to weaken Alexa Bliss all over, stomping away now. And this is a very powerful display from Natalya. She too is looking for her first win, like Alexa Bliss, since joining the red brand all those weeks ago when that shock announcement took place and Vince sold the company to Dan and DJC. And we are now under the tutelage of the CBTV network, and what a hell of a time we have had to this point since CBTV took over. 9 weeks we are into this new era, and it has been very, very competitive. I can only compare it to that of the Attitude Era, when each and every man and woman would go out every week and prove themselves to be the best of the best, as Natalya continues to beat away. Another drop kick there to Alexa Bliss's back, and she is surely going to be feeling it very soon. And oh my god, what a clothesline! What a spinning clothesline! She goes for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out from Alexa Bliss, and Natalya cannot believe Alexa Bliss has managed to kick out of that. And a beautiful arm drag there from Alexa Bliss, taking Natalya down now, and a blatant disrespect with the slap to the face. And Alexa Bliss now, knees to the gut, and she is going to go for the pin herself. 1, 2, and a kick out from Natalya this time, and this time it's Alexa Bliss who can't believe that the other woman has managed to kick out. It's been a great match to this point, very competitive, back and forth between both women, but they're both here to pick up the win and to prove a point. Maybe even trying to prove a point to Sasha that they deserve a chance. And Natalya catches her, and oh my god, and drops her. Beautiful counter move there from Natalya. She was going for the Hurricane Runner, and she steps in, she steps through. Can she get Alexa Bliss over? She can. The sharpshooter is locked in. Alexa Bliss has nowhere to go. Can she hold on? Can she get out of this? This is in deep, and it's all over. She has tapped, and Natalya has taken the victory in this matchup. What a massive win for Natalya here on Raw in Washington, DC. You see the action here, a beautiful lariat clothesline there from Natalya. She went for the pin, she didn't quite get the free. She was in control for many parts of the matchup, but Alexa Bliss did have her chances too. A beautiful somersault knee drop to Natalya. This one was a close free as well. Hell of a matchup from both women, but as you see it again here, this is what the difference maker was at the end of the day. The sharpshooter locked in, Alexa Bliss taps out and hands the win to Natalya, and Alexa Bliss down and out. She looks bitterly disappointed in herself as Natalya celebrates this big win, and unfortunately for Alexa Bliss, that is her 4th loss in a row here on Raw. She's dedicated to Raw. She wants to make the difference here on Raw, but until she starts winning matches, she is not going to be able to do that. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, very interesting there from Bayley, ladies and gentlemen. That is a side of Bayley we have not seen. That was very smug on her part. Really putting Alexa Bliss down for losing again, and blatant disrespect from Bayley as well on the part of Natalya, a seasoned pro here in the WWE, and yet she was almost mocking the fact that Alexa Bliss lost to her. And as all that was happening, Baron Corbin, ladies and gentlemen, is ready for action. He is going to be going one-on-one with none other than The Miz here tonight, and redemption for Baron Corbin continues here this evening. Last week he picked up a massive win on Raw against Sheamus. It was his first appearance since that loss at WWE Domination to Chris Jericho. And last week he did tweet that he is on a path for redemption. He wants to get back to winning ways, and he wants to earn himself a shot at the Intercontinental Champion one day. He doesn't care if it's Chris Jericho or another member of the WWE locker room, but has promised that should he get his chance next time, he will be taking the belt home with him. And it's a very interesting matchup, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be going on one-on-one with The Miz. Punishment for The Miz after his attack on Tyler Breeze last week, an attack that took place alongside Samoa Joe after Samoa's match had finished against Tyler Breeze. And we are still waiting on The Miz here. Baron Corbin is getting a little impatient, waiting on The Miz to come down. It's very odd. The referee doesn't know what's happening either. And oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Breeze is attacking The Miz backstage. This is revenge for the attack by Miz last week. He hit Tyler Breeze with a chair after he'd lost to Samoa Joe, and it looks as though Tyler Breeze is taking matters into his own hands, and that's a huge chair strike and a second from Tyler Breeze on The Miz. Oh my god, how does it feel, Miz? It was wrong on your part last week, but this week Tyler Breeze is taking it to you. And oh my god, oh, beauty shot from Tyler Breeze, and oh my god, Samoa Joe out of nowhere has just attacked Baron Corbin in the centre of the ring. What on earth is going on here on Raw? It has all broken down. Tyler Breeze is attacking The Miz backstage, and in the ring at this moment in time, Samoa Joe is attacking Baron Corbin. And he is making Baron Corbin look like a normal human being, tossing him around like a rag doll. Baron Corbin did not know what hit him. A flying kick to the face. And Samoa Joe is dismantling Baron Corbin. We need to get some security out here to the ring. We need to get this broken up. This is not an official match, ladies and gentlemen. Samoa Joe has snuck up on Baron Corbin, attacked him from behind. Oh my god, a beautiful power slam from Samoa Joe as he continues this vicious attack on Baron Corbin. Can we get some security out here? Why is the ref just standing there? And another hard shot, another punch to Baron Corbin, driven into the corner now. And oh my god, he's going for it again, a huge German. Oh my god, a 4-Sun suplex. Samoa Joe has absolutely destroyed Baron Corbin. We've got to go to a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Remember to tune in each and every week to Smackdown Live here on the CBTV network. Cesaro backstage here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, Cesaro doesn't look happy, and understandably so. Am I the only one that see that as a threat there from Roman Reigns to Cesaro? That is unbelievable. He has pretty much said, if you don't do the business tonight against Seth Rollins, you'll be coming to the yard and facing off against me. But we are now ready, ladies and gents, for tag team action as we welcome the club down to the ring. Cole Anderson and Luke Gallows make up the tag team of the club, and they are going to want to taste a victory. Another tag team, another two men that are yet to get the W here on Raw since they're drafting over by Dan, and they haven't really had many opportunities. Those have gone to the Union. They have been the most winning team here on the red brand, but this is an opportunity for the club to get the victory, and they're going to be going up against a very, very, shall we say, over the top tag team. A tag team with bundles of energy, and I am, of course, on about the Hype Bros. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I just can't get hyped. I'm not that kind of guy. But Mojo Rawley really is, as is Zack Ryder. And since these guys have got back together, they have been far happier. It has helped Zack Ryder find his place here on Raw, find his place here on the red brand. Not much was happening for him as a singles compare, but he has taken his brother from another mother, Mojo Rawley, back into his heart. They are a tag team. They lost on their first outing when they got back together to the Union, but this is a chance to pick up the W, to pick up a win. And I am getting exhausted watching Mojo Rawley run around this ring like an absolute lunatic. He's going to burn himself out before the match even starts, but I'm sure the club would not mind that at all, as Zack Ryder looks out to the crowd, and we are ready for huge tag team action here on Raw. It's been a hell of a night to this point already, and it is only going to get better. We still have the main event to come after this match this evening. Cesaro will be facing off against Seth Rollins, and the club are ready for action, as are the Hype Bros. It's time to get the tag team division underway once again here on the red brand. And like I've already touched upon, the opportunities have gone to the Union here. And what on earth is Mojo Rawley doing here? That is not a dance move, Mojo. Please refrain from doing that. Oh my God. It's almost as if him and R-Truth are in cahoots. That's the sort of move that you'd find R-Truth doing. I wish Mojo Rawley would not mess around with stuff like that here on the red brand. But like I was saying, the opportunities have gone to the Union. We had the tag team tournament at the beginning. We were down to but a few tag teams back then, but we have seen tag teams coming back. We've seen tag teams returning from injury, and the tag team division is starting to look a lot healthier here on Raw. And we have two tag teams here that are vying for victory, looking for a win, and they're going to do everything they can. As Mojo, he looked like he was going to go for the tag, but instead he stayed in, and he fancies his chances against Luke Gallows here. And the Union lost at Domination. They didn't bring the tag team titles home. They were gifted another opportunity against the New Day, a winner of a number one contenders match, but the New Day would go on and beat the Union. And since that point, we haven't seen the Union. They did look like they were on a bit of a turn. They attacked the New Day after that number one contenders match. I think they were a little bitter at not getting another shot at the American Mavericks, but it is going to take a hell of a team to go over to Smackdown and beat the American Mavericks. They have been on an absolute tear. They are yet to taste defeat, I should say. But should one of these tag teams win here tonight, they could put themselves in line for a title opportunity. DJC has already proved to us that he's not scared to let tag teams from Raw go over to SmackDown and have their chance. And that could be in the offering for one of these teams should they pick up the winners. Luke Gallows now going to work on Zack Ryder. This is big man in the ring as he throws Zack Ryder to the outside. Zack Ryder would have felt that. Fell from a very high height, but oh my God, Zack Ryder almost suckered him in there and throws him into the announce table and goes to work on Luke Gallows, who is down, but it's now Luke Gallows' turn to show Zack what it feels like to be thrown into that announce table, and the referee is at a count of 4. They need to take this action back into the ring. A double count out is not ideal. You see Mojo Rawley just hanging on the ring apron, waiting for his opportunity maybe to get involved as Luke Gallows throws Zack Ryder back into the ring. Now it is a very strange state of affairs here on Raw. We don't have, that's a great dodge of the big boot there from Zack Ryder, who drives him into the mat with a huge DDT. And like I was saying, it's a very interesting state of affairs as far as the tag team division is concerned here on Raw. The belts have found their home on Smackdown Live. They've been there since Domination, and they do not look like they are going anywhere too soon. The American Mavericks have been on an absolute tear. They look like a dominant tag team. They really do read each other well, and they have beaten everybody in their path to this point. And it is going to take a hell of a team to go to SmackDown and take those titles away from them. But I have no doubt that we have at least one team here on the red brand that is capable, as Mojo Rawley tags Zack Ryder in, and beautiful axe handle slam to the arm there of Luke Gallows, who has been singled out, it has to be said, in surprising fashion by Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder in this match. You would have expected it to maybe be Carl Anderson. He is the smaller of the two men in the club. As Zack Ryder now going to work. He's caught that beautifully. And what a clothesline. A huge clothesline from Luke Gallows, who does this clever thing and tags the fresher man into the match. But Zack Ryder now catching the kick and a beautiful leg drag there to Carl Anderson. And Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley going to go to work on Carl Anderson the same way they did Luke Gallows just moments ago. This is a big match as far as the tag team division is concerned. It's there for the taking as Carl Anderson goes for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out from Zack Ryder. It's there for the taking. It's there for one of these tag teams to make a name for themselves and put themselves in line to go to SmackDown and face off against the American Mavericks. We have some time before the next pay-per-view where both brands are involved, so the only way they're going to get a shot is if DJC sees fit to allow them over to the blue brand and compete on his show. But it's not going to happen too often, and that's an unbelievable move there from Carl Anderson, driving Zack Ryder into that ring post. Zack Ryder's head bounced off in disgusting fashion there, but he is coming back and he's going to go to work now on Luke Gallows, and that's a beautiful knee to the back of the head from Zack Ryder. Continues to go to work on Gallows. And I have to say, I've been very surprised by the Hype Bros in this matchup. They have been the more dominant of the two teams. You know, we associate dominant displays with the club, but they haven't really been in this matchup. And Zack Ryder, he is feeling it, he is looking for it, and it's Rough Rider time on Luke Gallows. Oh my God, he goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, oh my God, that is a huge upset. Mojo Rawley stopped Carl Anderson from interrupting the count, and the Rough Rider has put Luke Gallows out of business and has given the Hype Bros a huge victory here on Raw. That is a massive upset, it has to be said. I did not for one moment think that the Hype Bros were going to come out of this matchup with the victory, but you see it again there. The Rough Rider The referee counts. Mojo gets in the ring and he grabs hold of Carl Anderson. He stopped the breakup and they thoroughly deserve that victory. What a huge win for the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley. They are feeling it. What a win. We are going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after this short break. Unbelievable from the Hype Bros. And welcome back to Raw, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, our WWE World Heavyweight Champion is on his way down to the ring, and it looks as though he has plenty on his mind. He wants to address the WWE Universe. We haven't seen Kevin Owens in action for a few weeks. He was supposed to compete last week against Chris Jericho. Maybe that is one of the things he wants to come to the ring and talk about this evening. As you can hear, the WWE Universe are not exactly pleased to see their WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but Kevin Owens will not care about that. He cares about nothing but himself. He sees himself as the number one man here on the red brand, and let's find out, ladies and gentlemen, together what Kevin Owens has to say. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I was just saying, he only cares about number one, and he says that we should all consider ourselves lucky that he's here with us tonight. Wow, he's here to deal with the guys backstage that fancy their chances at his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He does seem to be handing out these opportunities willy-nilly, but the men have proved that they deserve them. Oh my God, Kevin. Have some dignity, man. These men deserve a chance. But he's brought up Bray Wyatt. For those that missed it, Bray Wyatt called out Kevin Owens on last week's Smackdown Live. He's calling Bray Wyatt a joke. Nothing but a glorified circus act. These are strong words from Kevin Owens. He's begging him to come to Raw. He wants the match. This is a threat. This is huge from Kevin Owens. And he's stating that he's the real face of fear. That would be unbelievable should Bray Wyatt decide to turn up here on Raw. Kevin Owens wants the match. But don't miss this coming Sunday, Smackdown Live's first pay-per-view of the year, WWE Unbreakable. Welcome back to Raw, ladies and gentlemen, and it is time for our main event of the evening as Cesaro will be facing off against Seth Rollins. And just before we went to a commercial break, AJ Styles approached Cesaro backstage and was, let's just put it this way, trying to get Cesaro up for this match. It has come as no surprise to me that both Roman Reigns and AJ Styles have tried to get Cesaro in the mood to beat Seth Rollins. Both have their problems with the Architect, with Seth Rollins, and they are trying to make Cesaro get in the right frame of mind to put that man down this evening. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. Cesaro, the King of Swing, against Raw's Architect in Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out to the applause of the WWE Universe here in Washington, DC. And like I just said, this matchup here tonight could steal the show, ladies and gentlemen. These two men have not met many times in the past, but Seth Rollins has got to use this matchup tonight as a way to prove to Dan that he is the man worthy of that opportunity. He is the man worthy of a shot at Kevin Owens, and he has to continue to impress each and every week, especially with him upsetting the apple cart so often. He's attacking Dan each and every week, claiming that Dan's not in control, and yet Dan still gives this man chance after chance after chance. But it is going to be the task of Cesaro to beat Seth Rollins and possibly, as AJ Styles put it, earn an opportunity of his own. This is going to be a hell of a main event. Both men ready in the ring as the referee rings the bell, and here we go. And a beautiful snap suplex there from Cesaro to get this action started. Both men have high flying ability, both men powerful. Cesaro, arguably one of the strongest men here in the WWE today, was the face-off in the main event this evening. And it comes as no surprise, like I just said, that we have seen both Roman Reigns and AJ Styles trying to make Cesaro see that he needs to beat Seth Rollins. He needs to punish Seth Rollins. And Roman Reigns even went as far as threatening Cesaro earlier on tonight, saying that if he doesn't manage it, then maybe it'll be up to the big dog to meet him in the yard and they will have to face off against one another. That could be an interesting matchup down the line, should it ever happen, ladies and gentlemen. A huge back body drop there from Cesaro. It's been a hell of an evening once again here on Raw. Another crazy evening, completely out of control. Dan just doesn't seem to have anything about him that suggests he can control the egos and the superstars, the men and the women here on the red brand on Raw. And surely it's only a matter of time before someone overthrows him. Will we ever see the Authority again? Will DJC over on Smackdown maybe feel the need to come over to Raw and manage both shows? Dan needs to start proving that he has what it takes to control these men. Last week we see attack after attack, and this week we've seen more attacks. Samoa Joe, but I'll come back to that. We've got a pin here too, and a kick out from Cesaro. Samoa Joe, though, as I was just touching upon, attacked Baron Corbin. Tyler Breeze attacking The Miz. Just completely out of control all the time here on Raw. We've had Roman Reigns threatening Cesaro backstage as Seth Rollins now has Cesaro on the top rope and looking for a superplex here from the top rope, and he rolls through. Vintage Seth Rollins rolls through and drops him down. Vintage Seth Rollins there as he goes for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out from Cesaro as he continues the attack. And we have to say, the early stages of this match, Seth's been in control, but that's a great fight back there from Cesaro. Great reversal of that as he beats away himself and now dragging Seth Rollins into the centre of the ring. What is he thinking here? And hard kick to the shoulder of Seth as Cesaro now going for a pin. 1, 2, and a kick out from Seth Rollins this time. A hard shot to Seth Rollins there. Another hard shot from Cesaro. Back and forth arm drag from Rollins. This is a back and forth matchup, a big matchup for both men. Seth Rollins was told earlier this evening by Dan he has to keep proving himself. He has to keep proving he deserves to remain here on the red brand, that he deserves his place here on Raw. And Cesaro really hasn't competed all that much since being drafted over to the red brand, but this is a good chance for him to prove himself as well, to prove himself worthy as he goes for a pin. And just the 1 count there from Cesaro on Seth Rollins this time. But a win here for Cesaro could mean huge implications for him as far as his place is concerned here on the red brand. For those that remember the old era, he was in a tag team with Sheamus, but Sheamus's fortunes have just not been going his way. They've not been as grand as Cesaro's. Sheamus has found himself in numerous matches on the losing end Cesaro was competing against Chris Jericho, and the only time that we have seen him here in the new era, and it didn't go his way. It ended in a no contest because Baron Corbin decided to attack Chris Jericho in that match. As Seth Rollins now gonna go for the pin. One, and just the one count there from Seth Rollins on Cesaro. As this match continues, ladies and gentlemen. Now Cesaro trying to fight back, and oh my god, the uppercut to Seth Rollins that came out of nowhere there from Cesaro, nearly taking Seth Rollins' head off. Oh my god, that was unbelievable. And Seth Rollins rolls him through, and a kick to the jaw on Cesaro. And Seth Rollins may have just been uppercutted out of thin air, but he has replied in scintillating fashion as he now tries to take control of Cesaro, who fights back. And now Seth Rollins, and this matchup has been back and forth, and look at the power, from Cesaro there. And Cesaro, he's lining Seth Rollins up. What is Cesaro thinking here? Oh my god, he clicks the neck, he's going for it, he's going for the neutralizer. Oh my god, could Cesaro do it? Could Cesaro have won this match? 1, 2, no, oh my god, how was Seth Rollins kicked out of that? The universe are going crazy for our main event here tonight, as Cesaro continues the beatdown on Seth Rollins. How on earth has Seth Rollins managed to kick out of the neutralizer? He came out of nowhere, a lot like the uppercut. Both men. Oh my god, Seth Rollins. Oh, he kicks Cesaro on the jaw once again. Unbelievable from Seth Rollins there. How is he coming back? He has just tasted the neutralizer moments ago. He kicked out, and it's Seth Rollins now trying to take control of the matchup, and Cesaro all of a sudden doesn't have an answer, but that's a great reversal from Cesaro. He didn't have an answer for Seth Rollins for some time, but now kicking Seth Rollins to the mat. Back and forth this matchup has gone. What a match it's been to this point. Oh my god, uppercut after uppercut after uppercut. The universe are counting them. And another there from Cesaro. He is rolling. He is feeling it. And another. And a huge drop kick from Cesaro there. He is feeling it. And the universe are behind him. And look at that power from Cesaro. He rolls through again. He's in control. He is taking it to Seth Rollins. He's going for a third. Universe behind him. What strength from Cesaro there. And Cesaro is lining him up again. Surely Seth can't survive a second. He's going for it. He is going for it. Center of the ring. Neutralizer to Seth Rollins for a second time. Rolls him into the pin. 1, 2, and oh my god. Seth Rollins has somehow got the shoulder up. He has gone through it all, has Seth Rollins. What? A neutralizer for a second time. But Seth Rollins has got a second wind all of a sudden. And Cesaro now rolling out of it, but Rollins rolls him through, and Cesaro kicks out straight away. Oh, what a shot. What a shot to the gut there on Cesaro. What a match. The universe are invested in this one. What a matchup we are seeing from these two men. As Seth Rollins now seems to have something up his sleeve. What is Seth Rollins thinking? A kick to the midsection. He's going to run off the rope. And oh my god, calm stomp. And surely that's it. He's in the pin. 1, 2. What on earth? Oh my god. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh my god, what is he doing here? What on earth is Shinsuke doing here? Interrupting the match. And oh my god! Cesaro back up. The distraction by Shinsuke. Oh my god, Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins finds himself in the center of the ring. And he's going for it for a third time. Neutralizer! Neutralizer from Cesaro. Surely that's it. 2, 3. Oh my god! Shinsuke Nakamura has cost Seth Rollins in this matchup. What a matchup we have just seen. What a contest between Seth Rollins and Cesaro. And it has ended in controversial fashion, ladies and gentlemen. You see again the neutralizer from Cesaro. This would be one that Seth Rollins would kick out of. Only a 2 count from the referee. Cesaro with a huge German suplex there. It was back and forth the entire match. There were times that it looked like Seth was going to win. Surely there was going to be a 3 count after the curb stomp. It wasn't to be because of Shinsuke Nakamura's interference in the match. A huge DDT you see there from Seth Rollins. He nearly won this match himself on numerous occasions. But it would be Cesaro that would win the match. Neutralized Seth Rollins' threat in the center of the ring. But a huge assist and thank you has to go to Shinsuke Nakamura. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Raw. What a win for Cesaro. We will be back next week. Good night.